Night 6 of the Premier League of Darts on the Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham. You're with us on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Watching along, it's Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson bringing you the final. What a final it should be as well. Luke Littler, who's been in outrageous form, beat Luke Humphries 6-4, then beat Rob Cross 6-3 to take up his spot in the final. Gerwyn Price off Stephen Bunting in the opening round, and he has just demolished Michael van Gerwen with an average over 107 through 4 180s, put in a 1-2-8 out. It's been a night of big finishes, it's been a night of ball finishes, 2 more in that game. Paul Nicholson, you watched Luke Littler terrorise the bull earlier on. These two are in rude health, aren't they?
Yeah, this could genuinely be one of the best Premier League finals that we've ever seen. They've both just averaged 107. And Littler didn't even start his semi-final that well. Cross was on it and you thought, he's got him in exactly the right position, but then something clicks with Luke. Something happens. It's this sheer will to not be pressurized into a bad situation. He will just come back with something from nowhere, whether it's a 1-6-4 finish once or twice, a 1-6-7 finish or something like that, and all of a sudden he ignites. But now the challenge gets even harder because he's up against someone in the final tonight. He's lost against this guy 5 times in a row in his last 5 matches. So let's face it, Luke Littler does not need any more motivation than to win tonight against the person who has been his toughest opponent this year and at the back end of last year as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting 20-30 minutes ahead. We thank you for joining us on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Please like and subscribe, spread the word amongst your friends as well. We are here every night throughout the Premier League, all the way through to week 16 and then the finals from the O2 in London as well. Look, the bottom two, Dobey and Bunting, are in danger at the minute of getting cut adrift. They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. There's a long, long way to go, but those top 6, the signs are it's going to be a real good scrap to get in the top 4. Yeah,
just a bit. I don't think you can envisage both Stephen Bunting and Chris Dobey having a nightly winning blitz. We are at the point now where both players need to win 3 nights to get back in the reckoning. So they need a spark from somewhere. Whether it comes in Cardiff next week, we just will have to find out. But it is getting pretty dire because when your confidence is on the floor in the Premier League, it's very hard to get up. Just ask anybody who's been in this situation over the last 2 or 3 years. Look at Peter Wright, great champion of many years. And over the last couple of years when he had bad starts, he couldn't get out of the jam.
Yeah, it's difficult. You know, you look at Bunting tonight, averaging 102, he loses 6-4 to Gerwyn Price, who averaged 97.86. It's a ruthless environment. I think you said it earlier on. There was debate about who was in the Premier League, but the quality of the Premier League is justifying the selections of the Premier League, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when it comes to the experts on social media, and let's face it, we too have said, does Price deserve to be in this? Does Aspinall deserve to be in this? We put question marks against it. We had debates about it with our podcast over Christmas and New Year when the selections were made. And the fact is, we should all hold our hands up right now and say, do you know what, PDC? You got it right. You really did. Because the standard of play that this Premier League is yielding, this is the kind of stuff that everybody wants to see and hear every Thursday night.
Littler clear at the top, wins this, he moves further clear. You don't want to say it too early, but he's almost in a position where he's nearly there in terms of the semi-final. It's 10 weeks ago, it sounds a ridiculous thing to say, but he's going to have so many points on the board so early, it's going to be incredibly difficult to peg him back.
This is the end of week 6, and we're already thinking about a possible record tally of points. It just goes to show that Luke Littler does not need a great deal of exterior motivation from fans, from pundits, commentators, tabloids, any sort of press. He goes up there with his own agenda. Now, his agenda last week was to try and win another night. He did that. His agenda come Friday was to go to Belgium and win that title once again, which he then defended. His agenda tonight is to go back-to-back in weekly titles in the Premier League because he wants to be top going to Cardiff next week after a weekend off. And he's very, very close to that. But I think the biggest motivation is what we've already mentioned. I think he just wants to beat Price. And when you can just put all of your eggs in one basket and say, this is actually not about 2 extra points. This is not about being top of the Premier League. This is about me beating this guy because I'm sick of losing to him.
Yeah, and there's not many people will build up a record like this one that Price has got. What's behind it, do you think?
I think Price has seen a new target, and he can, in a very fair environment, look at this young man and say, do you know what? Every now and again, when you've played Michael van Gerwen 30, 40 times, I still want to beat this guy, but when someone comes along like you, and you're trying to ruffle everyone's feathers and take their money and their titles and their opportunities, there's got to be someone who steps up and says, do you know what? I've got to try and stop this kid, because people are trying, people are failing. I've got to step up and I can be the one with the amount of adrenaline that can maybe ruffle his feathers back.
It's a really good time, isn't it, for darts? And you mentioned Jan van Veen got his first win in the week as well. Littler's obviously winning relentlessly at the minute. You can't class Luke Humphries as an old man either. The younger players, Mike De Decker picks up a major, they're starting to dominate now.
Gerwyn Price is the oldest person in this Premier League. He's 40. He's 40. That used to be the average age of people in the Premier League. So now everybody's younger than the Iceman. Stephen Bunting only just. But then it goes all the way to under the age of 19. This is good for the future because we're seeing more players like Humphries, like Littler, who are identifiable by the younger generation, saying, I want to do what they're doing. And it's happening in the ladies' game as well with Fallon Sherrick and Bo Greaves. There are young girls like Aurora Focchisaro from Italy and other young girls coming through like Katie Sheldon and many, many others from other countries who are saying, we can identify with these young superstars and I want to be able to do that. So when you see Littler up against the oldest person in the Premier League at 40, that's a brilliant sign.
It's his birthday this week, Gerwyn Price?
In the last few days, yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought it was. The graphic on the TV was wrong. It said he was 39, but I remember seeing something on social media that he was celebrating a milestone birthday. He's catching me up. It is Littler against Gerwyn Price in the final to come here. It's been a really good night, a really high standard. The finishing, we've had big finishes galore. It's been quality, hasn't it? Really good tonight. Yeah,
it's one of those nights where you think, what is Nottingham going to deliver? And one of my first Nottingham Premier League memories was when Mark Webster hit a 170 checkout against Phil Taylor. Taylor came off the stage even though he won the match, and he said, why do people keep hitting 170 checkouts against me? And I looked Phil in the eye and I said, because you keep rejecting the bullseye, you idiot. What you've got to do is when you've got 50 points left, you don't go and hit an 18 to leave 32 and leave your opponent on 170. And he said, well, you actually got a point there. But this place always delivers. It's one of the best arenas on the circuit. It's so close to the city. You can be out of the arena and going for a few social drinks after or before. It's a fabulous place to play darts with a very rich history.
Yeah, it is indeed, and we are moments away from the final of week 6 of the Premier League. Will it be a third title of the campaign for Luke Littler, or will it be a second for Gerwyn Price? What it will mean after 6 weekends or 6 weeks, we've only had 3 winners.
Yeah, people are starting to stand up, aren't they? I mean, Price, we've mentioned many times over the last few weeks, wasn't in a lot of people's lists, but he is firmly part of the playoff equation now and showing a great deal of spirit with some new fans out there. He's getting more cheers than boos these days. But I get the feeling in this final he might get a few boos because it is Wales against England. The week before, everybody goes to his patch. So this is the precursor to him getting a return fixture against people in week 7 where he will be the favourite.
He will. Home advantage next week for Gerwyn Price. We'll be back with you on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel next week for week 7 of the Premier League. But it's the final that I think we deserve tonight. It's been a really good night, and the two best players have made it through to the last two. Will it be the Iceman or will it be the Nuke? Let's find out. Players about to make their way onto the stage. Another packed house. It really is the hottest ticket in town at the moment. So Littler's on 16 points, Gerwyn Price on 10, sandwiched between them Luke Humphries on 15, and then it's Michael van Gerwen on 10. So Price here wins. He's still in contention to top the table at the end, but I tell you what, it's going to be a real battle for those 4 spots and a place on finals night at the O2.
Yeah, very much so. Interestingly, next week Chris Dobey plays Stephen Bunting in the quarterfinals. Littler's got Aspinall. That's interesting, no matter what happens here. Humphries has got Van Gerwen, so that's 2 players in the top 4, and Gerwyn Price has got Rob Cross. Good luck, Rob.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome back to the action. This is the MGM Premier League, and this is your Nottingham final. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, and it's time now to welcome back our players. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 3-time Grand Slam champion, the winner of 2 World Cups, a World Grand Prix champion, a Premier League finalist, and the former champion of the world, the Iceman, Gerwyn Price.
Looks like he's enjoying it tonight, Gerwyn Price. I know he's often painted the pantomime villain, but he genuinely looks like he's enjoyed it. The roar when he made his way on the stage before his opening game, and another one there. He's enjoying it, the interaction with the crowd, I think, tonight.
Yeah, he likes to compete. He's actually quite a placid guy, and he likes a bit of a joke with the boys off the hockey, but when it comes to games like this, he's about to go nuclear against the Nuke. He will try and throw everything at him.
There's a bit of a roll of the shoulders as Sean MacDonald introduced him, as if to say, yeah, that's me, that world champion of the world. Signing some more autographs for the youngsters, adorned in their Luke Littler shirts, the hottest shirt in town, that is for sure. The one that they've all won, one that they can't quite all get at the moment, such is the demand, but Littler's signing away there. That MVG scarf he just signed.
I think he signs more shirts than most of the players because everybody wants his autograph. I think he sells more shirts than Manchester United. I wonder what he makes of the new stadium.
Yeah. Well, if he carries on playing like he's doing, the PDC might need some new big stadiums to play in as well. Demand for tickets through the roof. You're in the best possible place if you've not got one. Watching along with us here, Matt Wilson with a former PDC star, Paul Nicholson here for the final. Thanks to Laura who was with us earlier on. Dance and Mace and co. We'll be back next week as we bring out the big guns to watch the big guns in the Premier League.
I am genuinely salivating at this one because of what we've seen tonight. We saw 6 bullseye finishes in the semi-finals. That doesn't even include the first 4 games of the night. 6 bullseye finishes in 2 games. That's what we had before this. What on earth could this bring us? Anything. We are still waiting for the second 120 plus average in Premier League history. 123.4 from Van Gerwen in Aberdeen a few years back against Michael Smith. I would not be shocked at some point in this season to see either of these guys break that record.
Yeah, it is quite possible. Littler, as we said, got to 122 in midweek. Can he surpass that here? Can Gerwyn Price surpass that here? Let's find out. Price with a throw then. A few boos for the Welshman in the East Midlands of England. And not the best start for the Iceman.
on a 5-game winning streak against Luke. It started in New York City last June. He beat Littler 7-6 in the semi-finals of the US Darts Masters. Beat him in the final in Australia to win 8-1 there. That was a bit of an anomaly. But since then, he's beaten him in Bahrain at the start of this year. Beat him in a Players' Championship in Wigan in Luke's backyard. And also in the Premier League in week 3 by 6-4. So will it be 6 legs in this game for Price and 6 on the spin in games against Littler?
Well, Price with the throws on 259, Littler's on 301 less these, and these are adding up pretty quickly to a maximum.
Leaves 1-2-1 after 9. He's got company in the finishing zone, and that is a max and a smile from Price. He enjoyed that one. These guys are ready to go hell for leather.
1-2-1 the target, treble 20 hit. Treble 11 hit, no ball required this time, but he can't get the double 14.
Now what's it going to be for 79 and Price? Single 3 means he's got to go double-double. Doesn't get the double 18, he's just a little bit too high on that one. He hits it with dart 3 to lead tops, but Littler's on double 14 to take the first leg of the final.
Yeah, inside, double 7. Way outside, is that a blocker? Yes it is, so 4 darts missed for the opening leg for Luke Littler.
This is an unexpected chance for Price. He threw first in this first leg. Does he throw last as well? He's missed tops either side, so 10s right in the bottom. He may be ready to empty the tank in this game. He may just be poking the wolf though. He was still screaming at the back of the stage when Luke Littler was just about to start throwing.
Well, if it was a roaring contest, Price has won it. But it's down to the darts, only 59 Littler. Price trying to stomp all over that. Only a ton after an opening 60, be a bit disappointed with that.
Trust me, Mark, I haven't played Gezi for 7 years. Gibraltar was the last time I played him in 2018. He was doing that to me, 4 legs on the spin to take it to 5-5. When he screams, it's loud. This could be loud as well. Only a 140 from Price to lead 261, but he's in the same vicinity as Littler, who's on 262.
Yeah. 3 180s in the opening leg and a half. Only 56 there.
Come on, Gezi, leave 161. We haven't had one of those tonight. Want a full bingo card? Well, that's that ruined. 2 treble 20s and a treble 3. So he gets the old down under treble to leave 132, and we could still have a bit of champagne.
Yeah, we could. Nice visit from Littler down to 72. Price looking at the bull, he's hit the outer bull, and it's a free target. Treble 19 hit, bull for the champagne shot. Oh, a millimetre wide to the right of the target.
That was so close. Littler on 72. Treble 20, leaves double 6, misses it right. Can't caress it in and splits it in half to leave 6 points. Price on 25. Single 1 is good. Quick lick of the fingers. Double 12, got 2 in hand. Just needs the 1. And when he's in this kind of form, he is the best double 12 hitter on the planet.
Yeah, he peppered it earlier on. Tidies up nicely to lead 2-0. Race to 6 on night 6 of the Premier League. Gezi's on form.
Can you imagine his confidence going to Cardiff next week if he's got this win against Littler? He will be 8 feet tall in his own mind.
Well, there's a long way to go yet, but he will, I've no doubt, be looking forward to that. And he's in the red bit again here. We'll want another one. Can he squeeze one through the middle? Oh, over the top. Brilliant. 140.
He's making that treble 20 look massive sometimes with the marker darts he's got. Oh, and there's another dart on the floor for Littler. That is, I make that the 4th dart on the floor via a collision or a wire in the last couple of matches.
And that was in the 60 as well. Expensive. So Price is down to 129. Littler on 321. Needs a max. Needs a max. There you go.
Ridiculous. He just threw those a little bit harder. Price can't take the 129 out with the treble 3 to start, but he's taking care of the 29. And he gets past that dart somehow for a 60 to leave tops, but Littler on 141.
Can't do it. 40 scored, make that 91. So tops for 3-0.
Doesn't miss tops when he's on form, very much. Just over the top, and then perfectly caresses the second dart in. He is smiling from ear to ear at the minute. When he plays Littler at the minute, he knows how to win.
Luke Littler has got a 180 in all 3 legs so far, and yet he's 3-0 down.
180s for sure, doubles for door. Simple as that. Littler's got the bigger average, but is losing. Welcome to modern day darts.
Yeah. I think the two, forgive me, I haven't got the exact numbers, but I think Littler averaged 105 and 106 in the 2 Players' Championship games he lost this week. It's just frightening.
If you can't live with it, you've got to get out the kitchen. It's as simple as that. Because it's very, very hot in there.
It is. Is this the 4th, Max?
Well, that's a bad sign. 180 in the leg.
Try 177, Luke.
It's on 85.
105.
He's got at least 6 darts for it, but it's no guarantee of success, like Mark mentioned. Single 15 leaves 70. He's going to go for treble 10 now with Gezi on 2-1-3. He's got the treble 10. He's got the tops. And the curse of the final has been broken. It's 3-1 to Price.
Yeah, this final's still in the melting pot here. It really is. Although that'll help Price. Started leg 5. His second maximum.
This crowd do not want this night to end. And I don't blame them. Both with a max start. Price can't back it up. Focused on winning the leg now. Ton is the backup shot. What can Littler do?
It might take perfection to break the Price throw. It might take perfection, but 4 out of the 6 and a smile as the 6th dart goes in the target.
You don't want to hit a 9 darter anyway. It'll just lose you the match. It'll
Well,
win you the leg.
He's losing anyway, so he might as well give it a go, Nico. Come on.
Yeah, fair play. Price 221 turns into 123. Littler on 181. Beautiful switch to the treble 17 to leave 90, but Price on the 123 gets a central 57. Gets a 16. It's a bullseye, and it's another blowout. Of course it is. The bullseye's been peppered more than steak tonight.
4-1 on a 1-2-3. Magic.
Honestly, they're hitting the bullseye like it's the size of Mercury.
Well, he is on fire tonight, the Iceman. Only 60 at the start of leg 6, but he's thinking now 2 holes are thrown on there. Luke Littler is now averaging 110.95, and that'll go up on the back of a 180. 113.96, and he's getting battered.
Well, we're going to have to go back to week 1 now, aren't we?
97.
Littler lost with 113.91. He lost with 113.91. Now what's he going to have to do to win this match?
105.
He's had 6 maximums in 6 legs, and he's losing 4-1. Are we allowed to laugh? Are we not supposed to laugh?
I don't get it.
Oh, he's on 120. Oh, he went tops on 120. Oh, well, now then. Gerwyn Price is on 244, but that is taking liberties.
Yeah, what's he unleashing here? I think Littler's about to go exhibition mode. 60 left.
Is he going to go double 10, double 10, double 10?
I really hope not. Single 20 for tops. He's got the single 20. Tops for Littler, misses it low. So it's double 10 and he needs to hit it. He doesn't hit it, he misses it wide to the right. Price has got a chance for 104 and 5-1 up.
Well, he went for the treble, couldn't find it. So Littler will be back. I think Gezi's annoyed about that. And now he's taking his time and just making Littler wait. Littler's shaking his head. The crowd are getting involved.
I don't blame Price for this. He's got 2 block beds there. He had to change plan after the first dart and the second dart. He was a little bit bamboozled by what he had left. We know what Littler's got is double 10, and he's hit it with his second dart. So it's 4-2 now.
What do we make of the tops?
It's just part and parcel of his playbook. He does it every now and again, and he has actually done it in the Premier League last year. It's not just Jose de Sousa that does it.
Yeah, but he got it. Hang on. 7th leg. 7th maximum.
Bit of gumption as well from Luke. Doesn't want to let this one go, and there's no lead that is safe against the world champion. Everybody knows that.
Well, he might be about to deliver perfection here. He looks in the zone now, does Luke Littler. He's in again. And again. Oh, that was begging for it, Nico. Begging for it.
Just lacked a little bit of speed at the end of that one. If it was just a tiny bit harder, it was there to leave 1-4-1. The Nottingham folk want a 9 before the end of the night. They're going to have to wait until the next leg for another chance.
But crucially, despite only 57 there, Littler, massive favourite for a break here. Price leads 4-2, race to 6. Littler's going to have to break twice. He's got to win 4 of the next 5.
This is a really interesting crowd all of a sudden. 1-2-4 for Littler. Going for bullseye and doesn't do it. Now, he did that at the weekend. He had 170 to win the Belgian Darts Open. Went 60-60, looked at the crowd and said, nah, I'll go for a 10.
Well, I wish he'd gone for it now. Price only got 44 from 277. Tops then for 4-3 and a break and throw right in the middle. Now we've got a game on.
I wonder if the crowd, which are predominantly English, are going to start chanting in a minute, but they're so engrossed in this game, Mark. Listen to them. There's not many people talking. You're eagle-eyeing the stage because they want to know what the end result's going to be.
They do. Littler 4-3. Now they're going along with a Littler tune again.
Nottingham has been fabulous. It really has been. 4-0-2 for Littler. Only walks away with 83. He'll be annoyed about that one because it leaves 3-1-9. Not a nice number. Price just losing a bit of ground in the scoring now. Needs to get back on that. 83 for him, not enough.
Yeah, Price's scoring is drying up at just the wrong time. Littler 3-1-9, only 60. So Price on 3-1-8. 2 treble visit here. Ooh, big one.
I wonder if he's hitting the wall at the wrong time. Starting to get a few chants from the crowd as well, and he enjoyed that last dart treble 20. There's a bit of gesturing going on the stage here.
I think that top from Littler, I think it fired Price up, but I think it's meant that Littler started playing better.
Is this just as good a game as Humphries against Littler? That's the bookend of the night. Great 140 from Price, but it's 1-2-4 for Littler again. It's for a tied game at 4-4.
Treble 18 he needs. Oh, treble 4. He wouldn't have been turning the ball down this time. 52 scored. 98 for Price for a break to move within 1. 78 left. Is he going double-double? 19. No, he didn't. Well, interesting with Littler on 72.
Yeah, very interesting indeed. Luke's got 72 and he's going downstairs for this one. 116, 2 16s and tops. High by half a centimetre, and Price has got a chance to break the streak here. He's way over tops. He needs to get closer than that. That's an inch high. Changes the angle and gets it right this time. Price is 5-3 up on the world champion. 501 points away from his 6th consecutive victory against the 18-year-old wizard.
Have we found the Nuke's nemesis?
Just give Price another nickname. Kryptonite. If he wins another leg, Littler's going to have to break twice in order to win the extra 2 points, the £10,000 bonus, the plaque, and the place at the top with the buffer after week 6 in Nottingham.
97.
Big difference in the averages, but Price is 50% on the doubles. Littler's down at 23%. There's 4 legs in the 4 darts in the opening leg, 2 in the second leg. As Price raced into a 3-0 lead. Got back to 4-3 with Littler on throw. And he missed again a double.
Well, the one finish above 160 that we haven't had tonight has just been left by Price. and it's to win the night. 161. Littler's going to try and get to a finish as well, and he does. He leaves 170.
This then for a glorious victory. It's not going to go, so the big fish is in sight for Littler to stay alive. 61 for Price, leaves a ton. The big fish to stay in it.
Not going to find it. How low does he go? It's a ton to leave 70, and now Price has got a 2-darter to win his second night in the Premier League. He got Dublin. Does he now get Nottingham?
Treble hit needs tops for the victory. A big smile across the face of the Iceman and a warm embrace. It is a race to 6 legs that's won by Price, but it's now 6 wins on the spin over Luke the Nuke. And Gerwyn Price finally lets out the roar, flexes the biceps, and will already be looking forward to Cardiff next week and a home matchup in the Premier League. Decent performance, numbers not outstanding from Gezi, but crucially, every time he had an opportunity, he took it out, and it's a deserved win. 6-3, Gerwyn Price takes out night 6.
It just goes to show that you can beat Littler when he's averaging 103 with something inferior numbers-wise, but there was a really crucial stage in this game, and it was right at the start. Price got out to a lead. He did have a bit of a wobble, but was able to weather the storm and then get over the line. If he didn't have that start, he doesn't win that match. It's as simple as that. But 55% on the doubles, that's why he's won towards the end. He found what Luke Littler couldn't, opportunities. And it was a great last leg to leave 100. He takes it out in 2. And I think, as far as Gezi Price in the Premier League is concerned, this will be the most he's ever enjoyed it, and he's got all the confidence of Nottingham. For the next 6 days, he'll be thinking, there's nobody can stop me in my place next week. He will want that more than anything.
Well, it's now tight at the top. Luke Littler is top, 16 points. Luke Humphries on 15, Gerwyn Price on 12, Michael van Gerwen on 10. It's 8 points apiece for Aspinall and Cross, Dobey on 3, Bunting yet to register, but it's 3 players who've won 2 nights in the Premier League. Littler, Humphries and Price, they are top of the pile, and they are the form players at the moment. The tail of the tape tonight, Littler beats Humphries 6-4 in the quarter-final. Rob Cross beat Chris Dobey 6-2. Gerwyn Price beat Bunting 6-4 before Aspinall went out to Van Gerwen by 6 legs to 4. In the semi-final, it was Luke Littler who beat Rob Cross in the end, and in the second semi-final it was Gerwyn Price who beat Michael van Gerwen, and we rounded off with that Gerwyn Price Luke Littler final. Gerwyn Price, many people questioning him being in it. He's in it, and he's in it to win it for the first time ever.
Do you know what, Mark? I think now is about the right time, because we're approaching the halfway point of this year's Premier League. The PDC took pelters at the start of this Premier League. Why is the format the same? Why are these players in? When you look at a night like tonight, you can't second guess them. The PDC have pulled an absolute blinder based on retrospect in our case, but Price has been fantastic. Aspinall has been great for this Premier League so far. The Luke's absolutely brilliant, as we expected. But the thing is, for a night like tonight, if you're a punter in Nottingham and you've just seen all of that, you got your money's worth, didn't you? And everybody watching that, if you didn't enjoy tonight, you're watching the wrong sport, because that was a special night of darts.
Yeah, it certainly was. Gerwyn Price is the victor then, and he moves into the top 3. He's looking pretty happy with himself as he's been interviewed on the stage. He will be amongst the favourites for a victory in Cardiff next week. We will be back with more darts on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page, Premier League, each and every week. Just looking ahead to it then, Dobey Bunting, that's massive. Humphries, Van Gerwen, Littler, Aspinall and Price against Cross. And, well, look, let's call a spade a spade. That Dobey Bunting game strikes out. Bunting's got to get a win soon, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's huge, because in night 8 in Newcastle, which will be Dobey's homecoming night, the fixtures aren't released for night 8 until the end of night 7 based on league position. So Dobey can put a little bit of distance between himself and Bunting if he can get that win and possibly go a little bit further into the night. but you've got Gerwyn Price playing game 4 against Rob Cross. He'll watch everybody else fight it out, and then he'll take the stage and get the hero's welcome. It's going to be a fascinating night of darts.
Yeah, it certainly is. So we'll be part of that here on the talkSPORT Network. Thanks for joining us and liking and subscribing on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. When it comes to Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap throwing you off your game. Threat Protection Pro helps you dodge bogus sites, and with Dart Web Monitor, you'll get a heads up if your personal info starts circulating in the online equivalent of the madhouse. Go to nordvpn.com/dartsvpn and get 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal as well. It's risk free with Nord's 30-day money back guarantee. So night 6 of the Premier League is in the books from the Motorpoint Arena in Nottingham, and it is Gerwyn Price who gets his second nightly win of the tournament so far. Nico, looking forward already to week 7 next week. Busy little period coming up now with European Tour events in 3 of the next 5 weekends. It's going to get quite busy, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think this is where in the season players like Price, they're going to have to be really careful with what they do, and I think he's savvy enough now because he's more than a 10-year pro. He's going to have to take those constructed breaks. First and foremost, Hildesheim next week in Germany. Dodging that one, most of them are. I believe Michael van Gerwen may be the only person who's actually going there, and that makes sense because he needs to find something with his form. So that's probably the right thing for him to do. But everybody else, take a break, take a chill, and then just refocus when you come back to Cardiff. And then the European Tour takes precedence because of the prize money and the grandeur that comes with those events. So this is the part of the season where you can get too tired if you do it wrong.
It is indeed, Nicole. Thanks as ever. Our thanks to Laura Turner for joining us. Dan Smace and Colby back next week with the action from week 7 from Cardiff on the Premier League of Darts. Thanks to you for joining us tonight. It's been a great night, but it was the night of the Iceman. Gerwyn Price has won it. He beat Luke Littler in the final by 6 legs to 3.